One of my favorite things to do during downtime in Red Dead Redemption is enjoy all of the different mini-games that are offered to you. There's some really fun ones like Blackjack, there's Liar's Dice in the first game, and I was looking into some Red Dead 2 cut content, and I learned about a ton of different mini-games that did not make it to the final game. In this video, I'm going to be going over those so you could see what could have been what was almost a thing in the final game. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. So I just mentioned Liar's Dice from Red Dead 1, and as it turns out, this was meant to be playable in Red Dead Redemption 2. It was really fun in the first game, of course. A lot of it is trying to bluff and figure out what everybody had rolled, and you had to pay attention to see what was possible for different players to have. It was a really fun game. And as it turns out, cut assets and voice lines show that it was meant to be playable in Red Dead Redemption 2, instead of just mentioned like it is occasionally throughout the game. There was also going to be rustling. This was actually shown in the game a little bit as a companion activity called Go Rustling. This is like one of those camp activities you could do. You could do this one with Uncle at a point in Chapter 4. In that companion activity, you go up to Hillhaven Ranch and you're rustling cattle to sell to Clay and Clive. So because of that, the mechanic already exists in the game, and it looks as though it would have been done at locations such as Pronghorn Ranch, Carmody Dell, McFarland's Ranch, and a few others. There's a lot of different lists of locations that this would have been possible for, and this would function similarly to how different things do in Red Dead Redemption 1, where when you go to different farms, there are little activities that you could do for them to earn some extra money. It would have been just like that. There was also going to be 3-card Monty. This was cut from the game. Again, assets for it exist in the game files. Another thing mentioned in the files is chess. There would have been a functioning chess minigame. Though there's not too much for it in the game files, chess is classified as a minigame there. So maybe it was just like an idea they were gonna do it and never got to it. Would have been interesting to see. Following that, it looks like a Craps Field minigame would exist as well as the return of the Horseshoes minigame from the first game. That one was quite fun. I remember in Red Dead 1 there was an achievement for throwing a ringer, which is where the horseshoe wraps perfectly around your stake. That one was quite hard. I remember spending a lot of time trying to get it. Horseshoes would have been fun to see return. You could also find a roulette table in the game files suggesting some form of roulette minigame would have been in the final, but it was cut before that. And one of the more interesting ones, an archery minigame was cut too. I think this would have been really fun, maybe for further developing your skill with the bow. Well, that's probably one of the ones I would have liked to see most out of all of the cut content. And the last thing, this is for poker. Apparently it was possible to cheat at poker at some point in development, but this functionality ended up being cut. So as you can see, there's a lot of cut content for different minigames throughout Red Dead Redemption 2. I do think the list of games in the final game is a bit small, so it would have been nice to see some of those, especially Liar's Dice, which as I say is a favorite of mine. Let me know in the comments which of these seems the most interesting to you though. I didn't realize this many minigames were cut. It's really interesting to read about and see what could have been. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more Red Dead Redemption 2 content though. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.